Say what you like about offshore circuit racing, it remains one of the hottest properties in the world of powerboating. This is the fourth round of the 1995 British Championship from Burnham on Sea, England. A charming and popular resort nestling on the Bristol Channel coast, around 20 miles south of Bristol. It's a water sports haven. And the biggest showdown of the year has attracted the biggest fleet of the year. Everyone, it seems, these days wants a slice of the OCR action, including organiser here, Ricky Holmes. He's already calculated the sudden explosion in popularity.
It's very exciting, it's very fast, and it's relatively cheap. Compared to offshore, anyone can go in and buy a standard production boat with a standard production engine on and go racing. With this OCR racing, they have basic racing, which means the average skier ski man can go out with his boat and join in, get the experience, and then move up into the main race.
And it really is that simple. So wonder no one's thought of it before. Anyway, almost time for the action here. Let's check out on a few of the crews, including Ian Vautier, first year in '94, and now back for more.
Yeah, glutton for punishment. A few little spills last year. The engine wasn't running right. This year, we're going, but I hear these boys are really quick.
Well, we had that very, very near accident in Guernsey last year, for which we have the shot. You must have seen that a few times now. It was close, wasn't it?
Yeah, very close, very close. I take my hat off to Mick Archer, Power Trucks, how he didn't take the engine and the boat from under us, I'll never know.
Let's take a look at that one more time. Ian Vautier hooks the boat here. Well, nothing he can do about that. Mick Archer's reflexes, thankfully, just quick enough. Well, maybe not quite the arena you'd expect to find a couple of girls, but the crew of C49 are just that, leading the championship to boot. I wonder what the boys make of that.
They do accept us as equals. Very good. They're very good.
You got first-hand knowledge of whether they speak to you or not if you win. What was the reaction?
They do speak to us. Very reasonable. Yes.
On their hands and knees.
No, this is a serious challenge, is it not, to win C-Class? You're not just out there for the fun. I mean, how realistic do you think your chances are to win the championship, Sharon?
I'm very keen to do it as well as I can. If I can beat the men, that's a plus for me.
And a plus for most of the men too, I'm sure. In the top division, though, Bob Baker knows all about finishing second. Suddenly, when he might have expected an easier run, though, the competition's harder than ever.
Well, Bob Baker's been so many years now, nearly, but not quite. Anything to think that 95 is going to be different?
Yes, we believe so, Peter. It's a new boat, as you know, toward the end of last year. We've done quite a bit of work on it over the winter period. Bit of bad luck in the first race. We had to take evasive action, which caused a problem which we hope now we've resolved. And, well, today it's a bit too flat for us, but we hope to be up with them.
There's some pretty hot competition about, isn't there?
Oh, crikey, yes. There are 19 boats, I believe, today, and out of 19 there's bound to be some that are very quick.
And you've been, as we say, you've been racing for a long time. Has it ever been this tough?
No, definitely not. This is the hardest year yet, without a doubt.
So, there are all-girl crews and all-male crews, and the odd one or two insist on taking the wife. Gary Archer's tipped his out 3 times, but didn't want to talk about that.
We've never raced here before, so we don't really know what it's going to be like. We've got a few tricks we're trying out today as well, in race conditions, so hopefully things should come together. Can we hear about those new tricks? Afterwards, Peter, if we win.
Well, a nice smile from Angela at the end there. Perhaps this week's trick will be keeping her in the boat. And so to the overall leaders, deposed champions Nick Barsh and Peter Anstis are on the comeback trail.
Nick Barsh, 3 races gone. You lead with only 1 win. I suppose that's a measure of the season ahead.
I think that's true. There's so many fast boats this year. We all thought we were going a bit quicker, and everyone's gone up by the same amount. And you know, there are at least 6 or 7 boats that could potentially win it. So it's very tough.
There ain't going to be 7 victories then that win this championship, you think?
Certainly not. No. I mean, anything you earn these days is well earned.
And no one will be doubting that. Big crowds here then at Burnham on Sea, enjoying a beautiful sunny day. The water here is warmer than anywhere else in the UK, and that is an ecological fact. So, with most of the crews already on the line, let's recap quickly on the classes. Up to 1300cc, horsepower 90, speed up to 60 miles an hour, prefix letter C. 1800cc, horsepower 140, speed 70 miles an hour, prefix letter B. And 2000cc, horsepower 200, speed 80 miles an hour, prefix letter A. And and the championship. In C, the girls, 49, Sharon Attlee and Jackie Porter, joint lead with 64, Bruce Maltwood and Sharon's husband Ian, the domestic duel. They're on their way now at in B. Gary Archer, 77, with wife Angela, top that division with 22. Another Attlee, Stewart, 36, is second on 15. Joint thirds, Roger Hunt, 52, and Ian Sanderson, 55, locked on 10. And finally, in A, Barsh and Kent, 28 on 18. 5 ahead of the Gittins brothers, Andy and Graham, and a clear 9 up on 94 champions, Ian and Andrew Blacker, number 1. So it's 9 points for a win, 6 for second, 4 for third, 3 for fourth, 2 for fifth, and just 1 for sixth. So let's get on with the race, and it's Barsh and Anstis who make the early break in A, and that could prove crucial on the tiny circuit here. 2.1 miles to that important first turn.
Tim Conn.
And that's fine when you're in driving in the clouds of spray. 78 miles now, the ground speed on the helicopter, and Barsh having to work already. The pack closing in. Auger 97 this side, Reader 5 the centre, and Gittings far side, just out of picture. Round about 200 metres to go now to that first mark. Well, it is going to be close. Someone's going to have to give way somewhere. Barsh with just that very slight advantage, but he'll have to stay wide. So the top 4 then, there's Gittings on the right. Standard engines, standard hulls. This type of racing's always close. And Barsh comes across, shuts out Reader, also shuts out Auger. Gittings had a good line on the outside. Reader now, though, on the inside. Pulls alongside Barsh and he's through. Well, that picture's slightly flattering as far as the lead's concerned. But no question, who's got the faster boat here on the run-in to Mark 3? Long way to go, of course. 15 laps, almost 50 miles still to go. But the ground speed on the helicopter over 80 miles per hour now. Gittings still third behind this group. Auger fourth, Basham fifth, and Blacker sixth. That's the way they are. Reader lines himself up for the mark. Catches a few funny washes there, but keeps the power on. That's what he's got to do. Into the mark he goes. Now you'll have to be careful here. He slows, he'll cut Gittings out, but not Barsh. Barsh has flown round the outside. And that's Stuart Attlee in amongst the A-boat. He must be leading B, but let's get back to the front. Now Barsh making the moment of that indecision from Reader. Having said that, it's difficult to say what else Reader could have done. If he'd pushed Barsh wide, Gittings would have surely gone through. So let's take a look back at that once again. Reader there, slows down to take the mark, keeps getting out, but he leaves Barsh with a free run. The net result is then Barsh back in the lead, and Reader once again has it all to do. Reigning champions, number 1, only 6, but it's close, 2 seconds behind Auger in 5th, and just 9 off the lead. That is the lead. Barsh's average speed at the end of lap 1, 70.63 miles per hour. Reader, 70.59 miles per hour. And Gittings, 70.48. There is Gittings. The revolutionary and stylish Hydrolift, third here then, second in the table. Third in round 1, first in round 2. Derek Basham fourth in the league, fourth here. Lindsay Walker in the back, looking more than a shade uncomfortable, but if it makes the boat go faster, that's where he'll stay. And Basham with all the power on here, closing on Gittings. Oh, and it may have something to do with this. Blacker number 1 has passed Auger 97 at 80.3 miles per hour, and is now currently the second fastest on the course. So plenty to excite the crowd here. Some of them walking on water, it would appear. Anyway, back with the action, and it's still the lead in B for Stuart Attlee and Mark Graham. 6 seconds up on Ian Sanderson and Paul Scott. So the Norwegian-built Tingerera proving its worth. They'll go top in the championship if they win here. Over the shoulder they look, because this is Sanderson equal third with Robert Hunt this morning on 10 points. So a second here would give him 6 points, and a clear third behind Attlee and Archer. Makes way for Blacker there. He's still storming at 81.19 miles per hour. Closing on Basham. This is Robert Hunt and Dave Leach, 52. Third in B behind Attlee and Sanderson. Now then, the gap at the end of lap 1 was 19 seconds. Now on lap 3 it's 44. Dropping back, as our overnight leaders, the Archers. 6 here and a massive 60 seconds off the lead. But no doubt about the lead overall. Barsh and Anstis 14 seconds up on Reader and Manchester in second. Therefore seconds up on the Gittings in third. Blacker has crept past 25 seconds now ahead of Basham in fourth. Auger is out with mechanical failure. Baker's moved up to fifth. since you left us. Very little change getting into the closing stages now. Dixon Scientific, number 50, Bob Baker and Kevin Hort, lying fifth. 74 seconds though behind these two race leaders, Nick Barsh and Peter Anstis. Bob Reeder's gone. Andy Graham and Gittingson have moved up to second. But Barsh, so smooth on the whole of this course, has converted that rhythm into a 30-second advantage over Gittings with just around 3 miles to go. And one lap down, but in the lower division, the Mercury Powered Tintorera, Stuart Attlee still running away from the opposition. And the best of those is Sanderson, and he's 4 seconds short of 2 minutes adrift now. Mark Graham over the shoulder, but he needn't worry, they're all out of sight. And there is Bob Reeder making the painfully slow trek back to the pits, robbed once again of valuable points by his engine. And the great scrap here that's been going on for some while, Robert McCarthy near side, Ian Vautier far side. And they've been like that for around 3 laps. Identical boats, Ring 18s, identical engines, Mercury XR2s, and identical performances, almost. McCarthy just pulling away with the edge. And in a quality fill, this is for 7th place. And the local boys, for whom little has gone right on the day, just 2 points all season for the Guernsey winners of '94. Spirited run in here though, trying to salvage something. Oh, and we're back with the girls again. Number 49, Sharon Attlee and Jackie Porter, led on lap 1, still leading 11 laps later. Just over 50 miles per hour the average speed, and 63 seconds in front of Nigel and John Burke, who've gone ahead of Ricky Studley. But more importantly for Sharon, over 2 minutes ahead of her husband. And keeping it in the family, that's brother-in-law Stuart. He goes by, still leading B. But no significant change for number 50, Bob Baker and Kevin Hort. Still 5th in A, averaging 68.7 compared with Bosch's 70.3. But they have got the longer, heavier boat, more suited to the rougher conditions. Oh, while finding something a little more to his liking there, having to fight to keep upright. And what a good day for this pair. Number 70, Derek Basham and Lindsay Walker back into 3rd past Blacker. While Walker sat in the back there throughout the race. That can't be comfortable, but it's got them ahead of this pair. Perhaps we should name them Basham and Burnham. Well, there's Barsh now beginning his run in, about a mile to go. Comfortably ahead now, almost 40 seconds. Can allow himself the luxury at last of slowing down a little, and will surely now take another precious 9 points back to Cornwall. The Giddings brothers look favourite for 6 on a day when the quicker hydrolift might have been favourite for 9. However, with Barsh in one of his more rampant moves, 6 is probably a good haul for the Transport boys. And that's Sanderson with Paul Scott hanging on.
Now a few words from Archie Bump.
That's the Rendell brothers, I think. Look to have taken an early dip. Miserable end to their day. But celebrations here. Barsh and Anstis, Giddings and Gittings, the beneficiaries of a successful day. The scoreboard confirming an impressive second win of the season for the Cornish pair. A clear 30 seconds ahead of Andrew and Graham Gittings, who in the end held off Basham and Walker by just 1 second. In B, Stuart Attlee and Mark Graham had an easy day, always in control. Way into Sanderson and Paul Scott, never in control, held off the challenge of Robert Hunt and Dave Leach for 2nd. And in C, the girls held on in spite of a late burst of energy from Nigel and John Burke. So, where was Sharon's husband? A mere 4th. He's no problem, she says. And this was the ex-champion on the comeback.
Now, they've got you lost the championship last year for the first time in 7 years, but looking good again, isn't it?
Long way to go yet, Peter, but we've got off to a good start, certainly, yeah. I'm very, very pleased.
Modest as always, but a good start certainly. 8 points clear after just 4 races. But Barsh is right. You don't take anything for granted in this game. And he should know. He got caught last year. In B, and that win by Attlee and Graham taking them level at the top with the Archers, leaving Sanderson and Scott to battle it out for 3rd with Hunt and Leach, with Mike Andrews and Simon Lingard 5th. And in C, they were all level this morning, but not anymore. Sharon Attlee eases away from her husband Ian. And just for the record, he was last seen heading towards the pub. Wise move.